What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning to another video. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in again. Number count is going up slowly, so really happy about that. So this video is an unboxing of another pair of cycling shoes. I know I did one recently, or at least less than a year ago, with the Northwave Revolution 3, if I recall. Going to give an update on that and why I particularly picked up a new pair of shoes. As you see in the video title, it's the Ekoi, however you pronounce it, R4 Light Perf. The site generally has everything discounted already, and then there was another discount on top, so I picked it up. All in all, paid about 140 something dollars USD, shipped over from France to the US, and wanted something more breathable. So going to give my first impressions on the shoe overall and give you guys sizing, weights, so on and so forth. Let's get into it. All right, so diving into the unboxing of the shoe, or the bag itself. Ekoi ships in a cardboard box, and then you have it in a drawstring bag. The drawstrings are actually tied up to each other, and you just pull it to undo it. This one says what I got, which is in French, so Road R4 Light White, size 45. EU sizing, and then Ekoi with products designed for performance with pro athletes, road, mountain bike, gravel, and triathlon. Nothing too crazy. Pulling out the shoes, or the shoe. This is what it essentially looks like. It looks exactly like what it is on the website, and not necessarily first impressions, so I already pulled them out already. They are very light for a cycling shoe. You can kind of see where they cut out some of the materials, and it's just a plain white and black shoe. Ekoi's website doesn't really do a good job of noting the details, so I can't 100% tell you exactly what materials it is. And if you hover over the sizing, it'll give you a range of, for instance, the size 45. If you hover over that, it'll say up to 11.1 inches. So it would be almost a size 11 one-to-one comparison for US sizing, but 0.1 inches bigger. You do have a sticker at the bottom. You can return things to Ekoi. I think you have to pay €5 as a return fee, so that's not too bad if you're trying things on. But if you take off the sticker, it says that it voids the warranty and everything, and you cannot return it. So let me double check. It says, actually not on this one, on this other one. It'll say this is your warranty certificate. No return or exchange will be accepted without this label attached to the product. So you can kind of get a sizing right off the bat. You can't put cleats on, can't go ride them to return. But yeah, as you can see on the medial side, there's two mesh-like panels, and you can actually kind of see through it when you put your when you look through the shoe itself for extra breathability. So they cut out some materials there, around the toe box area, and then on the lateral side you can see the two BOA dials. Not your typical tongue setup, so this flap actually goes over the tongue, and then that's how you loosen and tighten. Has a white insole, and I believe it's a carbon sole, and then some composite, or a strong composite, with Road R4 Light on the back. Nothing too crazy. I think sizing wise, it matches up. So what I usually am, if you're a size 45, for instance, get a size 45 in these. But like I said, since they measure at 11.1, it is a tad bit long on me, but knowing that the 44 would be too small, because there's no half sizes, this works out. Generally, I like to have a little bit of room, and I know some people like the one-to-one snug fit, or maybe like an index finger of spacing. In my case, it's about an index finger of spacing, and that works just right for me. So if I do need to wear thicker socks for some reason, I can do so. And yeah, this is kind of like the first impression. I do have my Northwaves right here next to me. Gonna give a kind of update on it. Gonna weigh them side by side. I do have a brand new pair of cleats, so plus minus a few grams once they're weighed. And the thing with this pair of shoes that I don't really like is, besides the latch system, it's okay. It gets the job done. I can't complain. And it's easy to loosen versus pulling the whole thing for the, depending on the bow dial that you have, you just hit this latch and it'll loosen, or you pull it. But the thing with the silver colorway is the paint is coming off really easily. Maybe within 5 or 6 wears, I had this paint coming off on here and on the toe. So took a silver Sharpie to color it in, but it still keeps wearing out, and I kind of gave up on that end. So don't really like how that looks, but the reflective material works really well. It's stiff, it's comfortable, but the biggest thing with this shoe is the breathability compared to this one. So hopefully during my summer rides and spring rides, it will be much better. But we're gonna set these on the scales to give a better perspective on how much they actually weigh for this particular sizing. And if it's something you guys are looking into picking up, maybe it'll be lighter for you, maybe it'll help your breathability for your foot. But yeah, let's dive into that. All right, so with my trusty little scale, it's reading at 0 right now. This is a brand new pair of cleats with the screws. The plate itself weighs in at 34.5 grams, so we'll add that on to the Ekoi pair. Ekoi shoe. Size 45. Actually, let me remove the tissue paper on the inside, because that will be a couple grams. Back on the scale. Okay, so just the shoe itself is 266.2 grams plus 34.5, almost 300 grams on the shoe, just shy of it for a point something grams. So that's pretty lightweight. Now for my North Waves with the cleat on, we are weighed in at 354.1 grams. So not a significant difference, but 54.1 grams is about a 1/6, a 1/7 of the weight. And that's probably just cut down on the materials from making it more breathable. It does feel light on hand compared to the North Waves, but that might be without the cleat attached to it. So that's just a comparison between the two. Hopefully I'll have a longer term review on how the shoes feel, how they perform. And I guess with this mesh area, at least from running shoes and all those type of shoes, a lot of the times it yellows over time. So maybe there's an easy way to clean it, how dirty it gets pretty quickly. So in this case, there's actually a stain right here. You could probably catch it just barely, and that's how they shipped it to me. So if it's so easily stained this way, then I'm sure the mesh or whatever it is will get yellow pretty quickly. Hopefully it's going to be easy to clean using some like baking powder, white vinegar, so on and so forth. Dish soap to hopefully remediate that. But again, hopefully a longer term review of it. And this is the shoe overall. So if you guys have any questions about it, please let me know. If you guys have any questions about the North Wave, please check out my other video. It has a little bit more details on it. Still going to be using these pretty often, just once the weather cools down, and then mainly use these during the summer, spring months. And yeah, hopefully these end up being a good shoe because the price was not bad. Again, I paid $148, $147 for these. Currently listed at their website as of June 11th, 2024. They are $162. You'll probably see a coupon code every now and then pop up. Free shipping. So not a bad deal overall for a 2 boa dial cycling shoe. And if you actually want the ones that are not breathable or perforated light as they call it, those are actually a little bit cheaper at the around 30-40 range, depending if you want 1 or 2 boa dials. Check out their website. Again, not really a lot of details, but at least they have a pretty good return policy. Yeah, again, if any questions about the shoe, please comment down below. Thank you for tuning to this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.